We're back to the old house. And by old house, I mean things that I've already gone through, but with a different font, I guess. But that's fine, that's how life works, so we endure and we persist, and then we forget, and then remember. And by remembering, we understand what shit has been going on in your lives and how strong you must be to endure them for so long. That's how it works, at least for me. So as you can see, I have a new background, new everything. Feels a bit cleaner, but I don't think that's for long. If you saw all the boxes that are scattered through every corner, then you wouldn't say that. Like this one. That's a corner. But the cool thing is, it's much more spacious and I have my own bed. So that's good. And we also have the possibility that we could get an apartment, but I'm still confident that they're lying. So I'm just gonna pretend that I don't think that way and hope for the best. So yeah, that's that. A lot of things happened, but I really want to say that they didn't because I don't remember things happening and I'm emotionally unattached from them. So that's not a problem because I can trust myself with my feelings now. And that's one of the things that actually bother me more than everything else, even more than this whole situation. And the fact that I'm socially isolated from everything now in a new sense. In a new sense, being living near the airport, there is far from the civilization whatsoever. Near some facility with a bunch of really unfortunate souls, possibly immigrants that weren't that lucky as me, I guess. Because, well, I guess luck determines everything now. Sorry, that's the truth. Now, that's how life works. That's how every system works, purely on luck, not by structure now. The structure is just a preposition for everything else, logically. But oh well. I just got a bit tired from speaking all that nonsense in Russian, and I just thought maybe just switch and talk about other important things with a much clearer state of mind, you know, and report a little bit. Couple of things that I think are needed to be addressed. So, yeah, here we go. Um, we're pretty much settled, but I did have a seizure that I couldn't prevent in time. So I naturally had it in a room full of grown up adults that don't know how to deal with that kind of stuff, but that's okay. I can deal with this. It's just a little humiliating. Just as for every other person with a chronic illness that lives in a family that doesn't understand its impact on their life, if that's how you can put it, I guess. Well, what I did is I didn't make myself comfortable because I couldn't. I was really focused on hyperventilating and finding the most uncomfortable position to be in, face fully into the bed. Yeah. But yeah, once I finished, I just thought maybe I can just hide under the blanket and look for the time when it's over. But no, then my mom came with her boyfriend, and so there was my grandmother, was my mother, and the boyfriend that was really deeply concerned, but in a way that he didn't give a shit about it. He just didn't want to be near me because my presence in some way scared him. Sorry, an important remark. I scared him because I am intimidating. That's what most people said for me, to me, about me, that I'm intimidating, and that's why people don't want to be around me. That's why I've had a hard time finding friends and socialize, and I think that could be worse in the future when August comes to an end and we get to live for another year at school. Such a wonderful experience, knowing that you don't know anything about your future because some people in the higher position don't think that it's necessary to inform you back after a really intense conversation with a big ass commission that is whole job to talk with students and the school administration about their future goals and path they want to choose. So yeah, that's a bit concerning. But I'm no match for that kind of information, I guess. And yeah, I'm not a match because I'm an immigrant with no documents. Get illegals out now! Well, I'm not an illegal, but I feel like I am. Honestly. Am I? Honestly, I don't think so. I don't think so, no. I'm just tied to other person's documents. That person being my mother. Yeah, so that happened. After that, I took Xanax and slept it through, I guess. I just got really sleepy because that's how Xanax works. Sometimes, if you lay in bed in a complete darkness under a blanket, then yeah, you're gonna fall asleep. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say, fall asleep. I fell asleep. I just forgot the word fell. I fell asleep for about 2 hours and then I woke up in sweat. My whole shirt was drained in sweat as I walked out the aisle. And I don't know, hope that at least someone notices. And no, everyone was chill about it. So I guess, okay, we're not dramatic, we're just going on with our lives. I guess. And also, I turned my back on each one of my friend because I don't feel like it. I don't feel like socializing. I don't feel like listening to them and listening to their rambles about their lives when mine's falling apart. It's kind of just self-preservation and actually preservation for them too, because I'm not hurting them in any way. I'm just getting distant and just not talking to them. Some of them have been informed, so go on. Go on with your life. I don't really care about yours now. At the moment. If I wasn't if I weren't so fucked up, maybe I would. And most of the time I was really concerned about your life. But now I don't feel like it. I think you can manage whatever is going on in your field, you know? Because I can deal with mine, so you can totally deal with yours. I don't think I could be much of a help with the bad weather or a runny nose, you know? I can change your state of mind or how you perceive your friends and other people, and I can change how people think about you, and I can change the unseriousness of your life at the moment. No, I'm in no charge of that. I can be present, yes, and I can say how fucked up that is, but I don't want to. Because I know what fucked up is. And clearly, your situation is not as fucked up as mine. From my perspective, I know it's fucked up for you. I know you're struggling with something, but I've struggled a bit more, so I feel a bit more entitled to not talk to you and just think for myself and be a bit self-centered and egoistic. So yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I'm going through sometimes and that I don't really like that your boyfriend, instead of you, cares about texting me, asking about my well-being, which I appreciate, but at the same time, no, no, thank you. I don't want to engage in that. Why are you even telling your boyfriend about how fucked up my life is? Because that's just a conversation that you can just have for like 10 minutes, going like, oh no, I'm a bit worried about my brother. He's very dear to me, and this and that has been going off, and I feel like he hurt me a little by being a bit blunt about things that he's going through and reacting a bit more fiercely than I anticipated. And then boyfriend goes, oh yeah, that's fucked up. That's really fucked up. And then on the next day, sorry. Then on the next day saying, you know what? I'm actually worried about your brother. Can you go check up on him? Because I remember that he emotionally stabilized you while I was dumping you the other day. So I really a bit bad about him getting such unjustified actions and things in his life. And can you just check on him? Just ask what's going on with him. And their sister goes, "Oh, I don't really feel like he needs that right now. He just said not to distract him from anything that he's doing or just not interact with him." And then boyfriend insisting that no, you go test him because I feel like that's what he needs because I know him better than you. Like, what the fuck, dude? You don't know me. You know me from your girlfriend's stories about me. I don't know. I don't know you. I know a thing or two about your morale, though. That's a bit fucked up, Being 18 and talking to a 15-year-old in that way. So yeah, I know a thing or two about you, but that's not a really great thing to make a first impression of, So no, I don't want you to force my sister to check up on me if she doesn't want to. So yeah, thank you. So that's that. Um, that one Russian girl that I've been talking to that they've had a great connection with for some reason. I don't know why, but I go real well with Russians. For some reason, I don't know. I'm just their type. What can I do about it? I hate them, but they love me. then, then why am I complaining, right? So yeah, and she was worried about me a little too. Like, I felt like she was worried about me. So yeah, I just was really winded about what's happening to me because I know that if I mention that I am an immigrant, then she will ask me, "Wait, are you an immigrant? Where are you from?" And that question can ruin every connection we've had before. Everything that we've been through in the past month, I guess, could all be in vain and clog the drain. Because then I'll say that I'm Ukrainian and I actually don't really like how you've talked about the immigrants that came in your country because they didn't know where to go. I don't really like that, and I don't really like that you're an uneducated Russian girl that doesn't know a thing or two about politics and the real life world, you know. So yeah, that can ruin this. And so I'm just really, really uncertain about everything I'm saying, so she can just never figure out what's actually happening. She doesn't even know that I'm like changing like places and I'm not getting any detail. I'm not giving her anything. We just have a fun time. That's it. But she nonetheless said that if you ever need me, just text me. We can figure something out. I will try to help you in the best way I can, but I don't need your help. I don't need anyone's help. I can do it by myself. I've been doing that by myself for my whole life, so why should I need someone else's help? I've actually thought about needing help for a long time, but not in the context that you would think. I'm just fully in the mindset that I don't need people helping me because help for me is not what I need. I don't need help from you because you'll distract me from me helping myself. If that's logical, that sounds logical. Okay, I'm running out of my vocabulary, so I'm sorry if something doesn't work out. But yeah, you'll just get in the way. So yeah, thank you and bye. That's it. That's everything. I can't talk any I can talk anymore. There's a person here. So yeah, bye. Thanks for listening.